Hello my friends, this is Getty with Georgia Firing Line, and today we're in the range to work on my most neglected skill set in shooting, and that is with my carbine. So as much as I know and love pistol, I love the rifles as well. I mean, these things are so cool and they're so much fun to work with, but when it comes to performance-based shooting, a lot of people are restricted to be able to work on these things unless you have access to an outdoor range. So maybe your local range, or if you're local to GFL, if you've got a suppressor on your gun, you can shoot in the pistol bay, which means you get to go fast.
I want to go fast.
And also every Monday we offer our rifle match or our carbine match here at GFL. So in light of that, I'm going to look at a very utilized and under practiced skill, and that is the up and fire two. I'm going to acquire my sight. My dot is going to be in that alpha box, and I'm going to use my recoil mitigation through my stance and through my grips on the gun to keep that thing flat to where the dot never leaves the window if we do our job correctly. And for those of you who have followed us along up until this point, the preparation procedures and everything that applies to your pistol also lives here. I'm target focused. I'm letting my dot come in through the top of the box if I'm coming up, or through the box, through the bottom of the box if I'm coming up from a low ready. And the time factors and everything else are going to be probably a little bit shorter because I'm not having to draw from concealment or anything like that. The gun's already up in my hands. So real quick, let's go over the starting positions. And for practicing this exercise, there's two of them. The first one's going to be a high port or a high ready. So I've got my grips on the gun. The stock is going to be underneath my elbow or under my armpit, and the gun is going to be more or less 45 degrees angled up from the center of that target. So on the beep or on the go signal, I need to get the gun into my pocket of my shoulder. I need to see my dot, switch my safety off, and then fire 2 rounds all in motion. Now, one touch on that. Depending on what trigger you have on your gun, it may or may not have any prep at all. I have a Hyperfire 23C trigger in this gun, which is a true single stage, so my prep is touching the trigger. Next is going to be the low ready, and this is one that people argue about. So if I'm aiming on the target, okay, and I bring that muzzle down 45 degrees off angle of target, notice how my head dismounts the gun, and it is definitely a 45 degree angle low. So what's happening is on the go signal, that gun's coming up to my cheek, my dot rises in from the bottom, and I can crank and fire 2. Some schools, classes, or matches might require you to be a little bit lower or deeper into the floor. Some may let you be a little bit higher, and that's totally up to them. The fact of the matter is you're moving the gun and acquiring the sight picture in motion, and that's the point of the exercise. All right, so now it's time to put some work in. So I got my timer ready. Go ahead and drop that into my pocket, and we need to load and make ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my ammo. And this rifle was built by us at GFL. This one's a 13.7 Tri-Arc barrel that we pin and welded, and I've got a Dead Air Sandman S on the top. All right, so I'm gonna start from the high ready first, and then we'll do the low ready after. So I'm gonna present the gun and fire 2. My ideal time for this, if I'm really switched on, should be under a second, but we're gonna see how we do. Stand by. All right, so we have an Alpha Charlie, and it didn't pick up. It's funny how it didn't pick up. It's almost like we're shooting suppressed. So on the first rep, you can see that I have an Alpha Charlie. I saw the dot come in on the first one, and then the gun was making a swooping motion because me getting into the pocket caused it to come to the right a little bit, so I need to calm that down just a bit. The shot timer didn't pick up. It's almost like we're shooting suppressed. So we made some adjustments, and now Mike is going to be holding the shot timer real close to the ejection port. Hopefully that'll help it pick up. Ready?
129.
129.
First shot 113, split 16.
Okay, so we're at a 129, 113 on the first, 16 on the split, and we can see I have a line break on the right-hand side. So I calmed down the right drift a little bit, but I need to really dial it in more. And that's coming from the support hand side as I'm driving it in. My pocket is sinking and letting it go into the right. That's what I'm feeling. So I'm gonna try to really get that a little bit more centered to where when this comes up, I can just see it. I'm trying to make an effort not to move my head. Ready?
Ready.
That's clean.
115, first shot 1 second, split 15.
1 second, 15. Cool. Okay, so we can see I've got some work to do. Getting the gun to come down and putting the brakes on at the appropriate time is what's causing me to dwell a little bit. And there's a little bit of overconfirmation. I'm seeing my dot come in and I'm trying to center the dot. I do the same thing on pistol from time to time. I just need to work through it. Give me one more.
106, first shot in a 9-3 with a 1-3 split.
106. So we're 6/100ths of a second away from my intended goal, but that's enough for the high ready. Let's go to the low ready now and see how that changes things. So first off, I'm gonna get my acquisition and I'm gonna move it down 45 degrees and dismount the gun. Ready?
9.5, first shot 182 with a 1-3 split.
And just there, we can see which one of these I have practiced the most, and it's the low ready. I find this one to be tremendously easier. So give me one more. I saw a little bit of floating in the dot. After the first shot, I saw it reciprocate, and it was still well within the box, but I let it dwell just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm waiting for your nod. 186, 0.73 first shot, 1-3 split.
That's better. That's the 13 split. I love that I can call it too. So the only thing I changed on that one was, just like on my pistol side, I relaxed my gun side a little bit and I let the little piggy run home like it should. So that one felt really good. I've got appropriate hits on target. I can see where they're at. So the reason why doubles are important is because traditionally in competition for our carbine match, they're gonna call for 2 shots per target most likely, but that may change. So the other thing to realize, I'm shooting an alpha box at 10 yards. That's where we like to do this. You can do 7 to 10, even all the way up to 25, but know that your time factor is gonna slide a little bit depending on the difficulty of the target. So next we're gonna have Mike come in. Mike's gonna shoot it, and we're gonna see how he stacks up with his SCAR. So now we're here with Mike. He's got his really badass SCAR, and we're gonna do the same thing. So we're gonna start from the high ready, and we're gonna work our way into the low ready, firing hammered pairs or doubles, whatever you find to be the most appropriate based on your target size. So the intended goal is going to be the alpha. So I want you to imagine that you're in a match.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay. So on the beat, you're going to present and fire 2.
Okay.
Shooter ready?
Ready.
Stand by. 102. That's an 88 on the first and a 14 split. That's fantastic.
I got it, Charlie.
Okay, so we got one in, one low. Is that what you saw?
Yeah.
Okay. So one of the cool things about having the EOTech is you get that big 65 MOA reticle. So you can throw the reticle over the box, or you can use the dot. Entirely up to you. All right, let's hit it again.
Yeah.
Shooter ready?
Ready.
Stand by. That's a 1 second flat. Attaboy. So 84 on the initial 16 split. And where are we? Alpha Charlie?
Alpha Charlie, yeah.
Okay.
I just sent it across.
Okay. What did you feel?
I didn't get a good high pocket of shoulder, and when I did, I came into it, I think I need a little bit more stock actually. Yeah, when I came into it, I just hit it and slashed across, so I just sent the next round.
Cool. Okay, so let's confirm your change, and let's try it one more time. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Stand by. All right, it's a 121. 107 on the first with a 14 split, and we are Alpha Charlie. So now we're gonna switch to the low ready position. So Mike's gonna bring the gun up from the bottom, and he's gonna fire 2 rounds. Okay, so you're gonna present and fire 2.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Ready.
Stand by. That's a 95. 79 on the first, 16 split. What'd you see?
I just brought it straight up alpha.
Double alpha?
Yeah.
Good. All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Stand by. All right, that's an 89, 73 on the first, 16 split. That one was alpha. You may have a Charlie just squeaking out on the right-hand side, but I could be wrong. We'll confirm that in post. So we have enough for one more. So we're gonna leave the range in performance mode. So this is gonna be my challenge. You have to be under a second. So that's the performance mode standard. So the clear goal here is 2 rounds in the alpha sub-second. We're gonna accomplish that clear goal by an efficient path of motion, and you're paying attention to where the dot enters the box you're sending. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay.
Okay.
Shooter ready?
Ready.
Finger off trigger. There you go. Shooter ready?
Ready.
Stand by. 82, 66 on the first and a 16 split.
That was double out.
Very good. Go ahead and unload show clear. Very cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. You're going to be seeing a little bit more rifle content because that's something that we've been honestly neglecting for a while now. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy shooting rifle, and I know Mike does too. He talks about it all the time. But this is a big component to anybody who's curious about performance shooting, or particularly shooting in our matches that we host every Monday here at GFL. If you have any questions about the match or about our training program, we do have AR Dynamics where you get to do a lot more shooting like this with a rifle. That one's coming up here very soon. If you have any questions on that, check out the link tree. We'll be happy to get you guys started. And if you need to build yourself a cool little gun, then we can also help you with that as well. My name is Getty.
I'm Mike.
Be safe.